exactly what happened.
Wow.
So I preached that story on the Christmas Eve. It was many years ago. But if you don't know God, you just talk to either one of us, you find out who he is. Because God has shown both of us, in our element that he is the one. He is
who he is.
He is what he says he is. And so the beauty is that he trusts God as much as I do, and God brought us together in this.
That's the story.
And it started, and that's what God had a reason.
Yes, that's the thing.
He knew it. He knew I was going to get my life together, and I was going to meet this guy, and we were going to come the best of friends and do great things for the kingdom. Bring good quantity to the community. And that's why me and John right now today, this place I used to look at, I'd be like, I just can't go in here. It's just something, I just can't go in here.
Yes, you can. You come meet God.
Yeah, but I couldn't go in there when I was,
Another way.
I wasn't ready. I couldn't go in there. He said, but in my mind, God was getting me ready to come in here. So when I did come in here, I don't know how, but me and John been the best.
It's really hard to put in words how much we really love each other. And how iron sharpens iron, and how...
Didn't I just tell you that?
Come on. And you can't tell us nothing. You can't tell us nothing.
I just stop in, we have a conversation, we'll stay, just be us in here by ourselves.
Recently?
Yeah, the other day. I turned around, see John Carter, I turned around.
Yep, sure did.
And
he found out about today.
Yeah. God believe me right to John, because it's a word I want to hear. And it's something that I need, John to hear my word, what's going on in my life, so he can give me some spiritual guidance like Mike, this is what, Mike, look. And I'd be like, John, I'm glad I stopped by here.
We are all here.
Yeah, I'm glad
The right God never fails.
Yeah, and I be like depressed and going, I be going through things, and it just be like, I said, let me turn around
I can just see John.
John be like, he see me, John.
I don't even know. I don't know.
John see me.
Same way, John.
Yeah,
and,
I don't know.
But we know we're chosen.
Yeah, know. We know that. That's it.
You know what? And I know that.
Yeah.
And I believe that.
Yeah.
Because I've been through it.
Yeah.
And I seen what he brought me through. And see, when I know that, and he showed me in so many ways. And he wanted to let me know, it ain't you now. Don't get it confused. Don't get it confused now. You think you doing this? Don't even put it in your mind. Say it to anybody. This is my work. No, this is God's work. I'm just
the best.
That's all. I'm just a working hand of God. And that's all. I'm just practicing. See, I let the light that shines, through others. Let them see that the same hood that I was caught up in right here, I come back. But I come back as a different person. A newborn child of Christ. And they see it. Them guys out there right now, they'll say, he a miracle guy. Because they see it. I've been clean 22 years. I didn't make 12 steps, I made one step. I went straight to God. And God removed everything that my heart said.
I was saying, I'm going to say the heart desires there.
He searched the heart.
You were ready.
He searched the heart. I was on drugs for like 25 years. I ain't no other way to get off of it. I ain't go to the program. I went to God and said, God, you take this way. God, you take these things. He searched the heart. He knew it. And he said, I'm going to take, if you work this hard for the enemy, I just imagine what you'll do for me. And you know what he did? That's all. He said, I'm going to have a covering over you, because I'm going to use you, not only for the kingdom, I want you to bring people to me. And I got what you say? And you know what? My niece and them never did go to church. They go to the church. My brother never went to church. They go to church because they see God in me. They say, they see the joy in me. They see how how God put material things, you know, like house and car. He wants you to have that, but just don't have to put that car in them house before me. Because if you worship that house and that car before me, I'm gonna show you. Worship me. I get you anything that you want, but you got to keep me. Keep me. Keep your eye on me. Trust me. Just do God's will, do my will. And that's what I try to do. I'm not perfect, but God knows my heart. I'm a working process, and He just, and we all, and, you know, and it's come from the thinking. And the word was today, how long how long you gonna keep living the way you live. You got to change the thinking. You got to change the way you think. What you put in your mind, what you allow in you.
A lot of times people don't think conscious.
Yeah, you allow so
They don't
much.
even breathe conscious.
Yeah, you allow so much pollution, the negative thing in your, and you become of that, thinking of that. You got to speed up the spirit, the fruit, God, the word, the bread of the word of God.
It's the right time. All right, thank y'all for inviting me. This has been a marvelous day, you know. And, well, today I didn't mention I dressed because I want to show off my blackness as much as I can in America. About business. This is a Benjamin Banneker watch. You know, by what's it, Tim Hardaway? Right. So everybody knows Benjamin Banneker's discovered the watch and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Then Sean, you know, he's the first designer. And then I got my family, my family reunion in Nickelberries. So I'm following through with my heritage and trying to get us to circulate our dollars more than once.
You're not trying.
I'm doing it. And I'm doing it every way that I can. And I give, so I see it come back 10 times, twice as back, 3 times, 10 times. So that's my main part.
Did I hear you say you came up on 39th Street?
Oh yeah, right around here, 730.
Alan, Jesse, and
I actually don't know too many people. My sister, see, I left when I was 8. And my sisters, my brothers, 10, 12, 14, 16. So they kind of grew up. I just went through the neglect part of living in the projects.
okay.
We lived on the 13th floor, but it took me about 27 floors because I had to go back this way, that way, you know, to go through the hall, to get through that stuff over there. So by the time I got up there, I said, I'm finna take the elevator. But I knew the elevator, y'all know elevator was trouble. As soon as I jump on the elevator, somebody pulling and stopping at how much money you got? And patting me down at 5 and 6 years old. So as I remember, I said, oh my God, what I went through and what I experienced, and how could, and my daughter said, oh, I understand now because we live in the suburbs now. She see me a little activist, a little business person. You know, she's comfortable in the community, but she don't realize how far we have come as a family and as a community and a race and a country. And a country. We couldn't afford no cameras back in the day. We still can't afford them now.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? They hard to get, but through grace of God and these phones. This is what I learned about this phone. And I tell you about our kids, our young black men today. They taught me a lot. I was driving around. I saw these young men with saggy pants, but they had a phone. I said, that man know more than I do. I don't know nothing about this phone. 7 years ago, and I said, I better get into this phone because they're going to be able to blow up the world. They're going to be able to make all the decisions. And that's what you see. They're doing some lot of organizing as young soldiers. We just, as older people, which I call us the baby boomers. And the baby boomers, we educated ourselves. And then they said, well, go to a Fortune 500 company. And that's when we made our mistakes. Because we went to work for them for 15, 20 years, and we should have been opening our own. Right. They brainwashed us to believe that working was for them. Oh, I'm working for M&M Mars. I'm working for Wrigley. I'm working for Burger King. I'm working for Domino's. But we should have been.
Never said I work for myself.
Never said I worked for myself. So I left. I remember I did restaurants. I said I worked so hard. I said I ain't never working in a restaurant unless I own it. They worked the slop out of me. And as a man, an assistant man, because it wasn't my own. But they got me with the 401k, with all that other stuff, enticing me. And it worked to a certain extent. But if I would have worked for my own when I was coming out of college, you know, instead of being at 60 now with 5 different businesses, trying to, from the grassroots up, and then trying to, you know, tell them where I would be. I'm telling we would be.
I'm 71.
Okay.
I was director of radiology 20 years ago.
Right.
20 years ago, I made more money then than I do today.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You've been longer than that. Right.
I'm 72 this year myself.
Right.
And I'm in the National Sarcoidosis Foundation, but in nursing, I have been nursing since 1992.
Right.
Because I've been doing sarcoidosis all the time. But in all of that said, like you said, we have got to be the pillar of the community.
That's right. That's right.
We gotta still be the mother, the father, the big mama, the big.
Yeah, we got to be. We ain't got no choice. We got to educate them to the end. Like my wife, she's a administrator. Right, my wife administrator nurse. She got all type of RNs, LPNs, CNAs, you know, managing directors and all of them to overseeing. And I said, and I tell them, no, and I tell them, I can't wait till you leave, because that's you working for them,
I understand.
and you're making good money. You're making good money, but you're running 200 people.
Yes.
200 beds, 100, and if you get a group home for 6 kids, you make the same amount of money or more.
Right.
You'd be surprised how the social industry has abused our people and our social workers.
And say it now.
Knowledge is power.
Yes, it is.
And I learned through knowledge and learning and working it that I said, man, I can. When you're a social, not a social worker, but you're a foster parent, and you make $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
But you know, if the kid is in the system, you can make $80,000 a month, a year, each child. So imagine if you saw a foster parent with 5 kids, and she thought she was doing well, making, you know, 35. I mean, you know, 60,000 a year, right? But she could have, if she would have just turned that same house into a group home, which is already was set up.
That's correct.
She would have probably been making close to $1 million a year.
What?
Yeah, that's true.
That's
So
right.
they put our kids on the market.
On the market, then they go into the system. They make big money.
It's a hot mess.
It's a guy I know in New York. He makes like 800,000. What is it? I think it's like, because you make about 80,000-90,000 per child.
Yeah, when I was guarding
Per
the
child.
office, yeah.
And they don't. And I work in a group home. So I worked in the group home so I can volunteer to see if I can get my own group home.
Come on now, go
But it's so
inside.
much drama.
Go inside.
Me, I'm the residential advisor. I'm the
Everything.
And
You
then
do everything.
then when they see my credentials, they say, like, "You're the boss.
That's right.
You're running everything," and the bosses are looking like he the boss. You know, because I know the. But it's sad that these young kids, with all this money that's into the system,
Sure.
is getting zero.
Bro, getting zero.
Especially this pandemic.
We're not paying attention
The
to
pandemic.
the children.
Yeah, the pandemic turned
I was
the.
in the courthouse.
Yeah.
Oh, it was hot mess. I
Yeah,
had to go.
the pandemic.
Guardianship office.
Yeah,
Ooh.
the kids don't get proper education. They crying. They getting molested. They been raped. They getting shot at. They getting killed. They killing each other.
Yes.
And the saddest part of it all is still their parents. They putting it into the system so the kids can be independent. They come home on weekends sometimes. Some parents, not all parents, bring their kids home just for the weekend because they get their check and send them back to the facility.
Wow. He's right. He's right.
See, I go from the business perspective to a family perspective.
Yeah.
You know, this place right here can probably house about 8 young men. 8 or 9, 10 young men, and fund them, feed them, educate them, you know.
And we need to start buying property in the community.
Right.
That can house
We
them.
share more though.
And rehab those houses and take our kids
build.
out
Rehab
the
a
system
build.
and raise them.
Well-
Or use the system to raise them.
Well-
But raise them right.
Well, what's happening is because we do own, but the government takes our home through property tax. And so now you understand the system. You got a lot of black people who are now paying for all these homes, and white people are taking the government are taking these houses, these beautiful homes, and selling for $700,000 home, and parents only getting for $10,000. They are back on taxes, and this person talking about, well, we got this Black Tax Matters, Color Tax Matters. That's money they already been stealing for 20, 30, 40 years. And if they just gave us back our taxes, my taxes went from...
That's a big thing.
My taxes went... Right.
So what are the ways that you do to serve our community?
Well, besides the group home,
So you have a group home?
No, I don't have. That's what I'm working on, a group home. So I'm a floater. So I go where I feel that I'm needed sometimes. Then I have to step back because, you know, like anything, I used to teach, substitute teach, and they say, we're going to get your master's degree. But they always put me in the worst classes. I was a good black man because then I'll be so exhausted. I'll be like, you don't need no master. It's too much. It's too much. Only thing you can do is just keep mentoring and keep mentoring and build our own program. I'm currently co-president of NAACP, but I'm also in charge of the whole economic aspect of the South Suburban region. But I gotta wait. It's called NAACP.
Oh, really?
Right. Huh? Of course. Johnson, she's Chicago. Oh yeah, she Al Rookin, ain't she? No, just kidding. I just she gonna say all that clip ain't no good. But you know, she done been through the trenches, and she's still there. She's still there. But it's politics. It's politics. She called me about 2 weeks ago. I called her, and because I'm back into NAACP. See, I might know. That's probably why I might know you for. Right. But yeah.
Come out there to all the meetings when she first went out there.
Oh yeah. Daughter Springfield, and she's the perfect activist for being an attorney, being experienced, but she has to deal with so much politics. And we don't understand politics. Right. Well, people, once you understand politics, people say, oh, that's politics. Well, you don't know. You got to understand it.
Did you remember when I said today you got to listen, hear, and see, and you got to hear, see, and listen?
Yeah, that's right.
When I was in Washington, I messaged them folks, some white folks came to me. I went up in there with them.
Because they need answers. They need the answers. They know where they got the original answer from. They know where the answer from. Right. When we go to Springfield, they know we're going to take care of some business. Absolutely. We ain't finna go up there and lollygag and hang out with them. And those who do. And that's what our biggest problem. Politically, our biggest problem is that we go down there and party, some of us, and they don't bring nothing back home. And
as Jesse Jr., he went down there.
Jesse Jr.? Okay, we don't want to make it too much, because then we get into, and you know what? That's another sad story. We have a lot of sad stories. You know?
Because even when I was in D.C., I got a bill passed by myself walking in D.C.
I believe.
Like him now.
Right. Danny Davis.
But it's okay.
Right, it's okay. No,
you know what?
Come on. We got stories to tell. No, we know we done did. We don't know. I done create a community through economics. And the person say, thank you very much. And then you thinking they gonna put back? They don't put back. They take it and they run. And there's certain things that they call, it's these organizations that they hide from us, that's not working for us, they're working against us. And they're part of the white supremacy.
Like myself, they don't never come back to do now.
Yeah.
I didn't worry about it. I kept walking and I'm still walking.
Yeah, that's right. You got to have it in your own heart. Yeah, you got to know who in your heart and pass it on. That's right. That's right.
Because the gift of the great
is action. That's right. All the time. Because the person who on that picture that they say is the one that did it ain't the one that did it.
What?
You'd be surprised. And that's what they talk. That's what American politics and history come through.
No. Wait a minute. Where the underland? Let me get the dirt off the ground and see them.
That's right. I told
Because it ain't up there.
Right. I told my family. I said, eventually you're gonna see who really did the really.
Acorns National Sarcoidosis Awareness Month. Ain't nobody walk DC but me.
Oh wow. See?
But if you ask people how it came about, most of them can't tell you, but a couple of white sisters make sure they know.
But I told you, I thought I recognized you. I might recognize because it's the work is there. I recognize people when I recognize them. I don't recognize, that's the celebrity. No, the work. It's been work. I know you do some work. That's when I don't, not
The rest of it ain't even
yeah,
important, brother.
work, because you be
If I
surprised.
haven't helped nobody today, guess what? I did myself.
Yeah, that's right, that's
I
right.
haven't even lived today.
It's a blessing to give. That's why I gave up a lot of stuff. And I give it away because you got to. You got to, because yeah.
And guess what? I don't want my stuff anyway.
That's right.
If you got God supply everything, money ain't nothing.
Money ain't nothing. You get money.
You hear me?
It's not how much you make, it's what you do, what you
I
get.
gotta ask for it. You
Yeah.
understand what I know I already have?
That's
Who
right.
I am.
Yeah.
I am the goal of life and up.
That's right, that's right. And
Platinum and the rest of
I
them.
say,
I
I tell people you don't need two things in life. A roof over your head and food on the table. After that, you got everything. 'Cause, right, you run the streets, you come back in the house, you got a roof over your head. And food on the table, you're gonna feed your body to go back out there and compete. If you ain't got them two things, you broke. You broke. And that's what I survive for. So my wife would say, I'm cool, baby. And then I bought me a couple of properties, but I got friends. See, I know y'all well enough now to say, y'all house me for a day or hour. We'll see.
Man,
You talk pretty
I
fast,
am.
but
I'm
let me
sorry.
see. You know what I'm saying? But I got 10, 20 roofs up over my
Earlier,
head.
all I ate was rice,
It's so important.
Yeah,
so I didn't get a chance to sit down.
we had to.
Now I can.
Right, and come back here, please. Come back here
Now these
and
ribs.
express yourself.
We ain't know what John
Right, right. And I'm trying to, we this
Yeah,
far,
good.
we this far away. We doing it. We this far away. Unity is not that far. It's really, we are together.
Yeah.
It's just that we keep listening to people who say we not, but we are. We are.
You better listen to yourself.
The number one culture in the world is African American culture. The number one, everything that we do is made money off of it. And survive. How they still survive? And they don't circulate their money. They circulate their money, what, 8 times? Because they don't know how we circulate our money. I told this white man how we circulate our money one time. He almost fainted. Because he done, what are y'all doing? Hey man, we know how to survive. We don't just survive on how y'all say we survive. We find and survive different.
Mama went in the refrigerator, wasn't nothing there.
That wasn't
Meal.
that. That's right.
But we had a meal.
That we had a meal.
A good meal.
That's right. I went off to college, my roommate went in the refrigerator. We ain't got nothing to eat. I said, man, look at all that food up in there, man. Piece that half a chicken out, give me that salt and pepper and boil some water. And I throw it in there. I throw it in there.
Some fruit or
And
vegetables.
he lifted up and said, Then that rice. And then he said, He ate it like it was candy. He don't know. You survive. You got to know how to make it. You know. Our money does circulate more than they tell them. We ain't got to tell them how the way we circulate our money. You know, and they know it now. That's where they trying to get us to file all these taxes. But see, I say the taxes is gonna be the trip, because that's how they're gonna try to lock all of us up on these taxes, because they want our money. But see, they can't tax it. The world is not gonna be a taxated world. It's not gonna be a taxated world. Exchange, yeah, it's just exchange. Right, so that's why they get it out of our property taxes, because that's the only way they know they can directly get it. So we don't really have to work anymore. The pandemic showed us that we don't have to work as hard. I don't need no more. We remember we used to work 60 hours a week, get that time and a half, but now these kids say, for what? Right, that's right. As long as you got water to run, to wipe your butt and all that other stuff, you good. Brush your teeth. So it's the basic. You just need the basics. The basic. People think I'm rich. I'm not rich. My 3 gen, right. And working together.
Thank you, man.
We had just a jazz concert that probably would normally cost $2,000 a night, realistically.
Y'all ended up south.
I'm talking about going to a band, a live concert, and we got a live concert for free. And my whole family came through to see it. And I DJ'd it. Come on now, right?
Yeah.
You know,
You know we got
a few $100. Right. That's right. Hey, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta run. I gotta go to the church service for a minute. My Nigerian family want me to stop through the church. All right. God bless you, brother.
All right,
Talk to you later.
God
bless you, sister.
I always run the NAACP because this really I call her once in a while. You remember when she had her office downtown right there by 66 West Washington? Ask her when she had her office by 66 West Washington. Oh, okay.
That's my daughter's name on there.
Okay.
Graham, the children. She text me
Okay,
my number.
just tell me about that,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Text me my number, then I'll say, this is so-and-so, so-and-so. And let's get together and do something. Okay?
All the time,
All right?
all the time, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but what I'm doing now is going to the daycare, trying to be environmental, safe, healthy, and well.
Where's
All of them.
Okay, let me know. All right, sounds good. All right.
Okay. What do you invite no names now?
He got your own list. All right. Appreciate you, brother. Oh, man. Okay, God bless you, right?
God bless you, man. I got to go on my phone.
All right, take care.